are going to make pancakes. Alright, today we are not making pasta, we are going to make pancakes. We have to film in the morning, and so Chris and I were like, well, you know what? Let's make a breakfast food. This recipe is a mix of a few different recipes. During the pandemic, I became really obsessed with watching America's Test Kitchen, which is a great show. The women that host it seem very passive aggressive with one another. I mean, they're great hosts, but one episode when she was making the pancakes and I was like, oh, I should try this recipe. She was like, my daughter and I make pancakes every Saturday morning. And the other one was like, well, you've never invited me. She's like, well, I didn't think you'd be awake. Well, you didn't have, and I was like, this is a lot for America's Test Kitchen. I wouldn't trust them on pastas, but I would definitely trust them on things that are like, you know, pancakes and waffles and stuff like that. This is a mix of their recipe and then a twist of mine. The thing that I liked about this recipe is that it does make it really, really fluffy, so it's less wet. So let's go over some of the ingredients because it's a bit complicated. We have our dry ingredients and then we have our wet ingredients. So our dry ingredients, we have 2 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar. Then we have 4 tablespoons of baking soda. This was one of the things in their recipe that I was like, this seems like a lot, but it makes it look like the pancake that you want like in a cartoon. So 1 teaspoon. There's a thing in Sleeping Beauty, because that's my favorite movie of all time, where Laura's trying to make the cake and she goes 1 tisp, but the Merriweathers were like 1 teaspoon. Oh, 1 teaspoon, of course. So my whole family, we always say 1 tisp, 1 teaspoon. I am so fun. And then this is a half a teaspoon of baking soda. So those are our dry ingredients. So I'm just gonna bring them together. I wanna mix them well. Look at all these dishes that I'm gonna have. That's how my mother and me, I'm like, oh, these dishes I gotta do now. So let's just mix them. I'm gonna mix them together to make it really, really smooth. Also, it's just really fun to do. But also, you don't want chunks of baking soda or chunks of baking powder flying at you. So it's good to get it all the way mixed in. Okay, so now we're gonna bring in our wet ingredients. I really fucked up with this vegetable oil. I got these really cute gold measuring cups, but because they're gold, I can't really see.
It doesn't look like there's anything in it.
That's what I'm saying, but then look at it from the side. Go to the side, look at it. It's like about to pour over. So I can't even move this. Well, whatever, it's gonna work out. Okay, so 2 eggs, and then, Jesus Christ, let's see if we can do this. Look, it is like, I can feel the ground shaking below me. Oh my God, I did it. Okay, 4th cup of vegetable oil. Now I am going to start mixing this first. Ooh, God. You know what I should have used? I should have used a fork. But here we are. I'm gonna mix this all first, and then I'm gonna bring in our milk. Now I'm gonna bring in 1 cup of milk. So some of the recipes call for like 1.5 cups of milk, but I just found it was too liquidy. And this is, for me, going to be a very dry, clumpy dough. It's gonna look very bizarre. It's gonna look like a science experiment, but I promise you it's really good. So this is 1 cup of 2% milk. Okay, I got really good eggs because it was really good color. I can feel oil on the side of this. So the oil did escape somehow. I don't know how. And then we're gonna put in our vanilla extract, or as the Barefoot Contessa would say, if you can get good vanilla, really try and get good vanilla. My husband Jeffrey's out of town, so I have some friends over to play cards. And you know what they say, while the cat's away, the mice like to have lots of fun. I actually have a painting of the Barefoot Contessa I did. Do you want to see it? So I went to art school. I went to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. I stole this frame from Michael's. I was working at Michael's at the time. Our final gallery day, like every artist gets like their own gallery wall. I was just not into it just felt very like fa-fa-fo, like. And this is specifically a very bad painting. I wanted it to look very flat. I did a painting of the Barefoot Contessa. So all these really expensive gallery and all these like really like highfalutin students, and then there's me and the Barefoot Contessa. I wanted her to look like a oh God, I love her. Okay, I'm gonna bring these ingredients together now. I mean, pancakes, who are we kidding ourselves? Just call it cakes. We're just having cakes, that's it. There's nothing special. I'm gonna bring in my spatula. And here's the trick about this. You're barely going to mix it. I mean barely. It's going to look not done. You're not gonna over whisk this. You want this to be clumpy. I'm just gonna make sure it's incorporated. Is that the right word? You're just gonna bring it in just enough so that it mixes. Really, you want this to be clumpy. You want clumps. It's gonna look like clay. Maybe I should call this Pancakes de la Clay. And we're just gonna stop here. This doesn't look done, does it? We're literally going to make a clay. I shouldn't do this. I mean, it's so good. I don't know if I like pancake batter better or cookie dough. Now we let this rest for 10 minutes. And I think the reason you're letting it rest is because you want all the baking soda and baking powder to mix with everything and to start creating bubbles. I barely know what I'm talking about right now. I just know that if you wait 10 minutes, it makes it even more delicious. So you've got 10 minutes to, I guess, clean up. That's when I wish I was a Disney princess and I could just summon birds to do my bidding. And to be fair, Cinderella was like, quote unquote, treated like shit. She wasn't even doing half the work. The mice were doing half the work. She tricked those mice. She's like, here's one little shirt and here's some mini shoes. Now go clean for me. And they were like, okay, we have nothing better to do, Cinderella. We were a Bisquick family. I love Bisquick pancakes. When you have pancakes, I prefer my pancakes to still sort of be gooey in the middle. I mean, this is a controversial statement because I think some people absolutely hate and despise that. And they're like, this pancake's not done. And you're like, yes, I know, that's the point. It's supposed to be gooey. Okay, oh my God, it's so slippery because of the oil. This is the worst cooking video ever because we're just sitting around. Today I just got the most organic syrup I could find. Grade A, dark color, and robust flavor. I actually will, for the first time, put the ingredients and the measurements in the description for the first time ever. But everything else, I just don't know what. Okay, I think we're ready. So now I'm going to take butter. I'm gonna put it on a medium heat and we are going to use salted butter. I'm using the butter instead of vegetable oil because I'm using it for the flavor. I want this to have as much flavor as possible. Get yourself a pan with enough space, by the way. You don't want to crowd the pancakes either. You want them to be able to breathe and you want to be able to see when they're rising and you don't want them to like squish next to each other. Yeah, I would say just medium, to be on the safer side, medium, not so high. Because you don't want to burn your pancakes either. All right, and here's our clay. This looks like that clay monster from Batman and Robin. Clayface. Ooh, this is exactly what I want. It's airy. You can literally hear the air. All right, I'm just gonna take a little bit. Oh my God, it won't even come off. I like the pancakes pretty thick. I always found it a struggle when people would use measuring spoons to make their pancakes or measuring cups to make their pancakes. I'm like, this seems really difficult. I mean, they look really weird, but you're just gonna let them sit there. And like normal pancakes, once they start to bubble on top, it's time to flip them. Oh, they smell so good. I can't wait to eat them. Yum, 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 yum. Just 3 lumps of clay. Just like Liza Minnelli said on the Home Shopping Network. I found a lump of clay. I was making jewelry and I thought I had my knee replaced. And I was lying around not doing anything and I thought, I'll just work with some clay. So I started to work with clay. I molded on my own while I was upside down making an album. The best pancakes I've ever had is in Madison, Wisconsin. I believe it's called Stacked? Hold on. Yes, short stack. Okay, I gotta flip these. They almost look like Mickey Mouse pancakes. So short stack in Wisconsin. Those are the best pancakes I've ever had. All right, and then we're just gonna see, look at how much they've risen. These are what I call cartoon pancakes. Big, thick, messy pancakes, like my dating life. You can see how much they've risen, and that's from all the baking soda and baking powder we've put in there. I mean, they're fucking... Okay, we're gonna take a little butter, some extra butter on top. I enjoy a lot of syrup, but these will also absorb a lot. All right, here's our pancake. This is so much pancakes. It's nice and fluffy on the inside. Oh my God, it's still hot. I'm gonna get that syrup. Oh my God, okay. It's a lot of flavor, and it's not pasta. I mean, there you go. So this is Matteo's gooey cartoon pancakes. That's what these are. Oh, so good. Please follow me on Instagram, Matteo Lane. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.